Welcome back to Window on Thailand, the Andaman series. We're here with Mr. Michael Massey, Managing Director of Atmanjai Wellness Center, discussing health and wellness. Now, tell us, what is a typical visit like to your wellness center? What does it all begin with?
Thank you, Sandy. The first thing is a comprehensive health assessment, a holistic health assessment, and then a consultation with the client to determine what their desired outcomes are. And sometimes it's about educating people that what they want to get out of their time with us is not realistic. Some people expect to fly in for 7 days and undo 40 years of bad habits, and that's just not going to happen.
Okay.
So
and you mentioned that you have 5 programs. Can you tell us briefly about those 5 programs?
Yeah, sure. The first, what we call an introductory level program, is called the Raw Cleanse. So in that, people continue eating, they do massage, they do colon cleansing, steam saunas. It's a very gentle program. So for people who are nervous about committing to a full cleanse, that's a great start.
Sounds right for me.
Yeah. And then the next step up is the Power Cleanse. That was developed by Dr. Bernard Jensen back in the 60s and 70s, and it's the core program that most centres in Thailand use. We've developed that further and introduced a Master Cleanse, which is a more intensive program, and on top of that the Ultra Cleanse, which is a great combination of technology treatments as well as natural healing processes. Most recently, we've also introduced an insulin-free program, which has a 100% money-back guarantee to get type 2 diabetics off insulin.
And it works?
Has so far.
Wow.
100%.
Do you have a lot of customers who come to you for the 5th program?
Yes, we do. Well, that's increasing now since we've launched it. But typically what will happen is, in fact, those clients will get off all medications. On our website, there's a wonderful testimonial from a gentleman who was on 12 different medications. And his doctors had basically advised him to give up and die. And in 28 days, we were able to get him off all those medications. Well, actually, a little arrogant to say that we did. We created an environment for his body to heal itself.
So does this involve, you said eating habits as well, right? And cleansing of the entire system. Is there any physical exercise involved as well?
Exercise is a huge part of wellness, because body fitness is that. But during our programs, we don't encourage it. And the simple reason is that people have a limited amount of energy each day. So we want that energy to be devoted towards cleansing the body and allowing the body to heal itself. Once they've finished their program, we help them design an exercise program if that's something they choose to participate in.
Oh, okay. And then you expect them to carry on these habits that you're trying to get them to accept?
Well, we encourage them to. We can't really expect them to. It's difficult to change habits because the thing is, most people know exactly what they need to do to be healthy. That's the truth. Everybody knows they need to eat better, exercise more, and relax more and have more fun.
When does someone decide that they need to have health and wellness services?
Well, sadly for some people, it's when they've got some bad news from the doctor. The doctor will tell them, hey, you're really out of shape, or you have this condition. Sometimes the death of a loved one will provoke them into action. Sometimes it could be often a major event in their life, losing a job because they've been underperforming, or the end of a relationship, something like that. But it will prompt them into action to make a positive change in their life.
So you said it's holistic, not just physical, but also mental well-being. How do you deal with the mental well-being?
Well, when you don't feed somebody food for a week or longer, emotions come up. Okay, people get very emotional. People are attached to eating. And most people...
it's sort of like comforting, right, eating?
Very, yeah. We eat food when we're celebrating. We eat food to connect with our family and loved ones. It's a huge part of most cultures. And when people are restricted from that, then all sorts of emotions come bubbling to the surface, and we've got great professionals that work with people on that.
Oh, I see.
So they get to understand the underlying emotional drivers of their poor habits.
Okay. You said you're depriving people of their food, right? I'm wondering, how do you do that? Do you lock the refrigerators, or...?
Well, that's really their responsibility. We trust that when somebody has flown halfway around the world to be here and is committed to a program, that they're going to participate correctly. But they don't go physically hungry because we're providing them with shakes and other nutrients.
Okay. And the guests that come to you, what is the age range?
You know, it's surprising. In the beginning, I thought it would be people mainly in their 40s and 50s who are a bit run down. We've had people as young as 18 up to the age of 92.
Really?
Yeah.
And what were their ailments? Like, so people so young, like 18?
Well, the great thing is about younger people is that they're looking at their parents, their grandparents, and they're saying, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to end up with a heart attack or cancer or diabetes.
Right.
I'm going to be proactive.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Now, how hard is it to operate this kind of business here in Phuket?
Not difficult at all. We've got a fantastic team. I have one Western manager, and the rest of the team are all Thais, and they're just fantastic.
You mentioned that there are 2 new centers being opened in addition to yours. So altogether, how many centers are there in Phuket?
5 that I'm aware of.
So the competition isn't that intense yet?
We don't compete with anyone. I think a competitive mindset is a negative mindset.
Right.
We just focus on doing what we do really, really well.
Okay.
And we now have, after 3.5 years, a 61% repeat and referral clientele.
Okay. Can you comment on the Andaman Sea region? Is it the same for the other provinces in this region?
I can't comment on the exact numbers, but I would suggest that our level of repeat and referral clients is higher than others because of some of the things that we do differently. Yeah.
And you mentioned that there are not a lot of restrictions here at the moment in Thailand.
That's
so
correct.
I'm wondering, do you have to be certified by any particular government agency to be able to open a wellness center?
No, we're registered under a SPA license, and we comply with all the regulations for that. We use only FDA-approved products in our treatment.
Okay. Are there any sorts of international certification that you could pursue to perhaps?
Oh, certainly. There's things like a naturopathic doctor degree, wellness practitioner certifications, and all of our staff have varying levels of certification from within Thailand and abroad.
I imagine that there are always new ways to deal with health and wellness. How do you keep up with that?
It's constant research and experimentation. And one of the things we do is we keep evolving our programs. So as new knowledge becomes available, we integrate that. In fact, just yesterday we started with the inclusion of another new product. So I think the important thing is that science is always evolving. And things that we thought were true 200 years ago, now we laugh about. Things we thought were true 50 years ago, we laugh about. And things that we think are true today, we'll probably laugh about in another few years as science keeps developing its ability to measure and test.
Okay, tell us, why would guests choose Atmanjai over the other 4 competitors here in Phuket?
Thank you. Very happy to tell you. Firstly, our motto is loving service is our first technique.
Okay.
So we don't create a clinical atmosphere. It's very relaxed, a loving family type of atmosphere, and that helps clients feel very comfortable. Okay. Secondly, we limit our number of clients to 18 maximum at any one time.
Oh.
We're not interested in being the biggest centre or the most profitable. We're interested in providing the highest levels of service and the best results.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. We're the only centre in the world that has a private colon treatment room for every client. And again, that indicates the commitment to comfort and quality.
Okay. It's time for another break, but we have lots more to discuss, so stay tuned for more on Window on Thailand, the Andaman series about health and wellness in the Andaman Sea region.